Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Back on the Starfire build. I haven't been really focused on this thing the past few days. I've been flying a lot. As you could see from the video yesterday, I crashed the stick. It wasn't too bad. I'm going to fix it today. This thing could use a little love. This wing's got a little bit of scuff here, so I'm just going to add some wood filler to this spots here. I'm going to fiberglass the wing on. It's not much movement you can make on this wing. It's just follow this, just stab it in. Its tunnels are already pretty much on those wings, and so I'm gonna flip it over and level it off after I glue this one in. So we'll film a little montage of that. See a little crack spot right there I need to repair. She's coming along nice. I put a little body fill in here, just a little Bondo in there, just a little wood filler, fiberglass fill, give it a little smooth look. Sanded that down. Got to do the other side. Sand it down a little bit smoother. Underneath here needs to be sanded a little bit smoother. This thing's coming along nicely though. Haven't been really focused. Like I said, I've been focused on flying more than I have been on this. I mean, I've got the door open today. I'm not running the heater. It's really nice outside. I'm going to sand this spot here a little bit. Sand this spot here a little bit. Get this thing ready to roll. Get it going. Should be a good flying bird. If you guys, I think his name is like He-Cat or He-Chet Speed or He-Cat Speed or something like that. He's built like 2 of these things now. Not this particular model, but he built a Saber that has the speed brakes coming out the sides. Got the flaps. Got the brakes on the wheels, full retracts. It's a really sweet ducted fan. I think it's got a 46 in it, so it's tiny compared to this thing, whereas there's so much room in here. He was like squeezing servos into the little crevices and spots that he could. I got plenty more room up here. Tons of room up here to mount servos and stuff. Big old pocket back here to mount a servo for the rudder. I've got to build a door for that, which I think the plans show a door for that. I mean, it's just a little door with a servo on it, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I haven't scratch built one of these before. He's got a lot more experience than I do. I watch him a lot and, you know, see what his ideas are and what his plans are for his stuff. If you haven't watched him, I'll try to figure out how to link him in the channel in the description of this. Excited to get this thing going. I'm going to get this wing sanded a little bit here. It's got a little bit of, I think it's the tape glue because the guy had this thing taped on, the wing taped onto it. So we'll get a little glue going. We'll get a little wood filler going on this wood, on these wings. They have a little damage. This one doesn't have, I don't think it's, except for this spot right here. Maybe that spot right there, but that's going to get covered up by a couple spots on the bottom, but that's all going to get covered up by the fiberglass anyway, so. Like I said, these are nice and solid. Yeah, should be ready to get together here. You get these wings mounted. I've got some, unless I can figure out, my buddy was saying maybe he can figure out how to get these switched over to the servoless ones. These will fit in this really nice, but I think I'm going to get some ones with struts and see how they run. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet if I'm going to run these air up, air downs, or if I'm going to, I think I'm going to go with servoless. Let me know in the description what you think, or in the comments what you think about servoless. I really like those. I've used them a lot. I've got a couple of E-Flight pairs and they work really well. I think these should fit the 46 size E-Flights. They're kind of pricey, but they do work really nice, and you know, if you have a problem with them, you can just call E-Flight and go, hey, I got a problem. I had a problem with the rotating ones on my P40. If you watch a couple of my short videos on that, they just wanted to see a video of it not working, and so I showed them a video of it not working. That's where I posted those videos of it not working. And they sent me another pair, and the one that wasn't working is working fine now, so don't know, but yeah, we'll get this thing going. Get a little more sanding done, get a little more fiberglassing done. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see anything. I'm probably going to put an OS 91 in this. I thought about it a lot, and those OSs are just so reliable and nice, and they sell a lot of parts for them, and a lot of... the HeCat Speed guy, he's got a remote needle valve. It's like all the way over here in a different spot, so you don't have to put it inside the tunnel with your mixture control. It's like completely outside of the tunnel, so frees up some space inside of there, and probably saves a little bit of weight in the back, because I think I can move this servo like somewhere up in here and just mount it to, you know, right here, or even up in here, and run that tube somewhere in there, because it's just a valve, I think, for the high and low end. But I'll have to look into what he's got and watch his videos a little bit more. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, I thought I hit the time-lapse button on this, but this is the first wing glue up. All I did was run glue here and inside, and here and inside, and on this surface and this surface. So I'll film a time-lapse of me doing the same thing on this one, and we'll see how she glues up and comes out. I put the wings on there, leveled it. It looked alright to me. I'm going to get the level out and double check the wings for level, but it was, to the eye, it was pretty darn close as far as square goes, because these fit inside like almost perfect inside the wing. As far as like the dimensions inside, they slide almost perfect, so there's not much up and down wiggle that you can get out of it. Said I don't have an assembly book for this. This is kind of just a scratch build, so I'm just making it up as I go along. I haven't built one of these before, but I've built quite a bit of stuff, and I've repaired quite a bit of stuff, so hoping that this works, and it shouldn't have any problems. Keep watching. Thanks for watching. Probably gonna end up changing out this. Somebody cut this out, kind of, I don't know, it doesn't look very good to me. I'm gonna make a door that goes all the way up, and all the way just one door that covers the whole thing. And like I said, I'm probably gonna put electric retracts on this just for convenience and for weight. I'm probably gonna put a 91 in this. I still don't know if I'm gonna use the, I've got, where is it? Here it is. I've got this. I haven't even ran this yet. This Rossi 61. I haven't ran it yet. I just don't know if it's going to be enough power to fly this airplane. I've never flown one of these before. We've got, you know, we're up here at a high altitude in Colorado, 5,000 feet or something. So it's pretty high for these little motors to fly these heavy airplanes. I'm trying to make this as light as I can. So I wasn't planning on putting, you know, brakes or anything fancy on it. I was just going to put regular wheels and tires on it. Nothing that breaks. I know they sell those mechanical nose wheel brake things that you can get when you push forward on the stick. I don't know. I might do that. But we'll see. I'm going to see how this thing runs on the bench. I'm probably going to go with a 91 OS. I heard these Rossies don't like to run very cool. You got to run 5 or 10% in them. And the reason they overheat is because a lot of people run 15% in them. But I read the original manual on these, and that's what they said, to run 10 or 15, or I mean 5 or 10, rather. A little bit lower. That way they don't run as hot. So I got a buddy with some 5%. Otherwise I got to go up to Denver and grab some. See how this runs. I don't know. Interesting plane. I think a 91 will probably fly this thing really well, and I won't have to worry about power. But clean this edge up here, and clean this edge up here inside or underneath this stabilizer. Same thing on the other side. I got to get in there with kind of just a little dowel is what I've been using, or just my finger, getting in there and getting some of that epoxy knocked down a little bit. I still haven't cut my holes for the, I marked them, but I still haven't cut my holes for the hinges yet. I'm probably going to do that here next. I'll film a little time lapse of what we got going. So thanks for watching. we'll keep working on this thing. Alright guys, little update. I got this thing, I ran out of glue, so I gotta mix up a little bit more, but I got this thing starting to get glassed on here. Both wings are on. This side's not glassed yet. This is just loose. But they're glued on. They're not going anywhere now. I seriously doubt it. I mean, there's a lot more to do here as far as sanding goes on these wings, but shouldn't be too bad over here. Just get this sanded down with some 220 after it dries, probably tomorrow evening or whatever. And then I'm gonna prep for paint after I get the bottom glassed. Maybe a little later this evening or tomorrow morning. I'm gonna glass the bottom. Get this thing nice and squared away. I still haven't. I guess I can do that like right now while I'm kind of waiting for glue to dry. I haven't cut my holes yet. I don't know if I'm gonna. I guess these are square here. Are these square here? These are rounded. So they're not too bad actually. So I don't know if the plans call for the regular panel hinges. I've got a set of those, and this looks pretty easy to find center. It's got a big line on it there and a big line on it there. So I might just do that for the center line to get these things nice and centered on there. Same thing with the ailerons. I might just do those panels, whatever you want to call them, hinges, flag hinges, instead of the Robart pin hinges. I just like the Robart pin hinges because I have all the little tools to drill the holes, but I've got the same little slot cutting tool to cut the slots for these two, so I might just mark them and cut them with the little slot cutting tool and put them in there, maybe pin them. I've had those pull out on me a couple of times. Maybe I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I think that was with those old fabric flexible CA hinges though. So I'm going to put some nice Robart, I think they're Robarts or some other brand of the flag hinges or the panel hinges. We'll get those in there. She's coming together though. She's looking good on the bench with some wings on her. Starting to look more like an airplane. I'm excited about it. I'm still trying to track down a 91 OS. There's a couple of them. They're a little pricey online. I found these. I ordered these for. I have a oh gosh, I can't remember what airplane that is up there. My dad got it a while back, and before his Alzheimer's kicked in, and they were almost gonna fit in there. I might have to order a set that's a little bit smaller actually. So these actually fit really nice up in here, and I found a nose gear that I think is the same size. Let me lay it on top here. Yeah, these are the same size. So I think this strut is gonna work. This strut right here. I've got a couple of struts though. I think this one's gonna be the simplest and easiest. It looks like it's a little bit beefier than the ones that are here. So just to keep things strong, that's probably what I'll end up doing. I know that the body of these is plastic, so I'm just gonna do the best I can to get them as nice and flat and snug as I can get them. I might even add a little piece of rubber underneath to give them some cushion, so hopefully they don't crack, because I have cracked these style before on a little bit heavier airplane. I'm not sure what this is gonna weigh or anything, when I'm done with it. Hopefully it's not very heavy, because, you know, ducted fans aren't super strong, but this one should be, hopefully, with an OS 91 in it. Other than that Rossi 61, I think that Rossi 61, the guy said it was from sea level, Washington, somewhere back over west, maybe yeah, I think it was back west. But I think they got a little bit more power down there than up here, a little 5,000 feet higher. Sometimes in the summertime, the density altitude up here is like 8,000 or 9,000 when we're flying. So not a lot of air to compress. Hopefully it runs good. I'm going to get the motor in here probably the next couple of days. I got some paint today. Good old red, white, and blue. I'm going to paint it kind of like, I don't know, I'm probably just going to put a couple of stripes down the wings and continue that stripe up. Red, white, and blue. I'll look at what the Thunderbirds are doing. Something similar to that is kind of the scheme that I saw. So keep watching. I'll keep working on it. It's coming along nicely. So I'm just waiting for that side to glue up. Waiting for it to dry a little bit. It's just 30-minute epoxy on there. I heated it up a little bit. Got a little bubble. Yeah, but it's almost dry. So I can probably do the next side.